Good morning, guys. Good morning, and welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. I'm already getting on Jade's nerves.
No, not necessarily.
But guys, it's September 7th, and yeah, we're here at Win Media SKN Studios. I'm looking forward to having an amazing day, hanging out with you guys as we sip some tea. And yeah, you're here with me, Azam Bailey, and of course, sitting right next to me is none other than the lovely Jade Gwenny Gwenadita CPL Matter Stewart Tupoff Johnson. And we're really looking forward to this. Jade, oh. Jade, how are you doing? How are you doing, love? How are you doing? Wow.
I'm okay.
Saying early morning on the People M Radio.
Yeah, I'm a bit annoyed, but so you go sometimes.
Well, now your friend tell me.
No, it's okay. I'll cry about it.
Oh, then we have to pull. Oh, okay. Alright.
I will pray about it, boy.
People are 9 you so early in the morning?
First thing, bright and early.
May I tell you, I hate when that happen, eh? I hate when that happen when it's so much so that I have. Good morning, guys. Good morning, and welcome to Island Tea right here. Post some voice song goodbye. What that was? What that?
Mention. I never seen it before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But so much so that in the mornings I actually don't check my phones until I come. And the only reason I check my phones before I get here in the morning
Is in case of me?
is in case you send me something. I'm sure you realize, like, if you send me a message in the morning, I normally answer you like maybe like 10 to 8. Because that's the first I said, let me just see if I see Jade name. If no Jade name, that's it.
Just in case I have an emergency.
Yeah, and the thing is,
I never do. Well, no, I don't usually do.
I used to do the whole, go through my emails, that kind of thing. So for what?
So early in the morning?
For what? I head into the studio, I can't do nothing anyway.
So early in the morning, you're being so productive? Wow.
I was on this whole be productive and disciplined and thing. Just developing all these great habits. It's ridiculous.
Better you than me.
It was ridiculous.
Anyway, before I start, I have to say happy birthday to a very special lady,
Say it.
Miss Dara Byron.
Today's Dara birthday.
Happy birthday, goodie.
Happy birthday, Dara.
Yes.
I see Dara in a minute, bye.
Still look as good as ever.
Hey.
Yes. So, wishing her a blessed day. Hope nobody stress you out. Just one cake.
One cake.
Just all one cake.
Miss, who's supposed to be on a diet, eh?
I am on a diet. May I had no cake in a while.
Oh. But what diet? What diet you on really? And by the way, Dara, have a great day. But what diet you on really?
Why are you that diet, you know?
See, exactly.
It's a mindful eating thing where I'm like, let me pay a little more attention. Even though last night I got baked cookies because I was like,
You were craving?
yeah.
I have a feeling that you're probably intaking more sugar than you're even realizing. Because
Yeah,
sugar is
I
a
know
creep
that.
up. Sugar is a creep up.
That's a fact. Last night I felt so bloated. I was like, oh, is this sugar and starch?
Oh,
All of this is just pure sugar and starch.
oh,
Then I was
man.
like, maybe I could cut out both. But I'm going to take some time and some discipline. Maybe stay it.
Start simple. So, okay, for me, I recognize that I was getting back on the sugar train. I was getting back on the sugar
It's a
train.
hell of
Yeah.
a trade, you know.
Bye. Straight hell, like they're going. Wow. So, I decided, you know what, identify the main culprits. So, main culprits for me was cookies. I have a thing for cookies. So, they're just not in the house anymore.
Which is understandable because cookies are life.
And I had to, yeah, exactly. And I had to find a legitimate replacement. So, I started doing plantain chips.
That's
That's
a good option.
So, those of you who see me in Rams,
Buying up all the plantain chips.
buying up all the plantain chips,
Don't judge.
don't judge me. It's for my health. And so the other thing was juices. I had gotten back into juice. Now bear in mind, juice for me is a little different to juice everybody because it's literally 3 quarts of water. My mother said I just flavor the water. But
Then you should just buy the little dropping things. The flavor drops.
no, Jay, they sell these things in the supermarket now that are lovely. They're called lemons. I just,
Listen,
I
lemons,
don't.
they're lovely, but they're very expensive. As I'm telling me why a whole lemon is $1 something.
You don't really know what's going on in the world, Jade.
I ordered some. I just do this thing where when I,
Order lemons.
yeah, I just do this thing where sometimes because I'm so busy, I just order my food.
Oh, okay,
to
okay.
This Shop Express service.
Shop Express, yeah.
And so I saw lemon £1 starts at $1 something. I didn't know they mean literally one lemon. I pulled the lemon out the bag. I said, "Where the rest?"
That's
That's
it.
me one man, one beer.
That's the lemon is the pound. But yeah, so what I do as well, I would do a combination of lemon and mint. So
That sounds good.
basically like a virgin mojito.
Virgin, diabetic friendly. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, many one got on this word so early, but we on the topic.
There's never too early to go down
I
any
feel
road.
bad now. Hey, first thing, since I'm going on this road, I first have to go back to the first picture there. Let me see what's going on there. What are they?
Erica. And I hope she's listening.
Morning, Erica. Check me. Anyway,
She boyfriend works in the army and I don't think you could fight. I'm just saying.
Jade, I was thinking for an interview, Jade. What are you talking about?
Oh, me no.
Oh my gosh. I said people put you in things.
My bad. Don't fight with them on the same place.
But no, firstly, let's say big ups to all the children that are going back out to school today and all the parents that are tying up traffic taking them there.
It wasn't too bad to be.
No, it was bad. It was bad. I mean, in comparison to like even yesterday or last week.
Well, I didn't experience it, so.
Yeah. But yeah, big ups to all the kids. Wishing you guys an amazing year, fun-filled, productive, and possibly you could even learn something.
I mean, that's the goal, no?
Apparently. Apparently. But since we're talking about food and eating sugar, some of our children got diabetes. I'm sorry to tell you. That might sound a bit harsh,
You think?
but that's because it's true.
Oh.
Like, it's true. I'm not even trying to be funny, Jade.
I didn't laugh.
I
My jaw dropped, but I didn't laugh.
No, it's a real thing. Some of y'all children, y'all need to get them checked to see if they what did I call it, by insulin, what the thing is.
Insulin resistant? Something
Yes,
like that?
yes.
Yeah, y'all giving y'all kids Capri-Sun every day.
Capri-Sun is the least. You see them little things there, them little black and white things that trying to promote proper race relations called Oreos.
Yeah.
No, but them there.
I literally just strict Jaden out of eating snacks. Every day. Every single day. He can come home and he'll be like, Mommy, I'm hungry. And then he will see, because we have some snacks left over from his birthday, and he know where they are. So he'll run to the box, and I'll be like, no, let's go eat dinner instead. And then I'll be like, go get your tablet so we go sit and eat. And then just like that, he forgets the snack. And by the time he full, hey, want a snack again?
Yeah, I think I've been playing with this theory that what it is that a lot of mothers in particular, they like to see the nice little chubby babies, you know, the little chubby cheeks, the little chubby legs.
I know Jaden chubby, and I trying to figure out if I could put him on a diet and he would be okay.
Yeah, but you see the thing with dieting doesn't necessarily mean like eating less or it just
Eating better.
Yeah, eating better, like being conscious about what you're eating.
Yeah, for me, I feel
Less starch, more proteins, and
I try to give him fruit over snacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some of these fruits them have
A lot of sugar,
in them,
yeah. But it's healthier sugar than the
Oreo,
process.
man.
Yeah, but than an Oreo. Wow.
Yeah, definitely better than an Oreo. Because I don't want to have to go to the doctor and the doctor telling me my child has diabetes or, you know, he has some type of disease that may shorten his life. We don't want those things for the kids.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I just heard a young lady told me on the weekend that one of her girlfriends on them in her friend group just found out she has diabetes. The girl is the girl is 26, so the girl is around the same age.
26, bruh.
But that is becoming more and more usual. A lot of people are recognizing they're diabetic at 21, 22, early 20s. Some even younger. And
We got to do better.
Yeah, we have a real problem. We have a real problem.
Yeah. You know what else pissed me off about the school thing?
No.
The fact that in 2022 we're still trying to. What are you saying?
I know where you're going, Jane.
The fact that in 2022 we're still policing kids here. Like what? What does? So this morning while driving to work, right? I was scanning the socials as usual. Because I don't drive, so I was being driven.
Yeah,
and I had time to use both hands.
Yes.
While scrolling the socials, I saw the story out of Antigua, where a child was still being denied entry into a private school because she has dreadlocks.
Dreadlocks, Jane.
Now, help me to understand the correlation between the child learning and the hair that they have. The style that they have. The color that they have. Help me understand. What was that? Oh. Help me understand the correlation between these things. Because I feel like it's honestly ridiculous, and it comes from a place where we are just still stuck in these colonial times where we push forward the ideologies of the oppressors from way back when. Because you can't watch me and tell me somebody having dreadlocks is against the rules of a school. It's a school. They come there to learn daily. What have you got to do with that? Has he ever stopped you from learning?
Actually, yes. Because I daily used to get run home. I used to get run home all the time from here. So this is personal for me too.
So you as an adult, a big grown person, looks at a child and say, you know what? Let me deprive them of their education solely based on their hair. And you feel good in your heart about that.
The same thing happened in Belize, Jade. The same thing happened in Belize where there was a school, a principal. There's a principal who decided that a whole bunch of fellas, he run them off the school premises because of the hair. Now I watching the. Let me see if I find it. Let me see if I find the picture of the video of the guys. Because look at that's he. I let them hairstyle like I run home, Jade. Like Jade, he run home. He here too long.
Their parents ain't upset enough.
No, but you have to understand, a lot of these children, they come from, low socio-economic backgrounds where parents, maybe leave work early and it's belly. So a lot of them might not even live. I mean, not necessarily live, but because of how they work work far away from there. They're not able to get to the school. They can't afford to go to the school to deal with the situation. But
this is utter nonsense,
But I don't understand how we are still fighting these battles, Jade. It's utterly ridiculous. It is not an issue that the hairstyle is somehow distracting to the other students.
Why would it be? These kids literally just have regular hair.
That's
hair not spiked, colored, nothing. They just have regular hair. This child who was denied, and look at this child. Tell me what about this child screams distraction.
But Jade, I don't even understand the grounds on which I don't even understand the grounds. Usually with young men, they'll say the length of the hair, which is utterly ridiculous. Because if the girls could have long hair,
well, let me read it.
I don't understand.
Let me read the story. So it says the mother of a 5-year-old girl is calling.
Five. Let us sink in for a minute.
5.
Imagine that you're a 5-year-old. Don't comb her hair, but not only that, the hairstyle is dreadlocks, meaning
it is combed.
No, but not only that, you don't get dreadlocks overnight. She's 5 years old. Like, oh my God.
She is calling on the Ministry of Education to intervene after she was told by a school principal that her daughter was not welcome in the school because she has locks. Jordan Mason said her daughter has been accepted to the New Bethel Seventh-day Adventist Academy in Liberta.
Of course.
But when they went to the orientation on Monday, the principal pulled her aside and informed her that the child could not attend with locks. Mason, who lives in English Harbor, told the Observer that she was given an ultimatum to chop off her daughter's hair or not bring her back to school. This year make me want to fight. I'm
sorry, Jade, but how long are we going to have these discussions? Like, this issue has been beaten to death, you know. Every school year is the same thing, you know. And the truth about it is, the thing what has upset me about this, when you get down to it, it all comes down to the discretion of the principal. Because
the principal sounds like she shouldn't be a principal anyway.
But that is the problem, Jade. That is the problem. And so many times, when you look at the rules speak specifically to cleanliness, right? Cleanliness of the hair. You're
going to tell me cut off my child hair to come to school? Cut off her hair to come to school? Oh, you're bold, you know.
You see when we start talking about the need for schools to teach certain things. Perhaps the reason why it is not taught in the schools is because the teachers themselves don't know. When we start talking about things like critical thinking, where's the critical thought in this?
That clearly lacking in
where's the critical thought in this, Jade?
How you have a principal who ain't on a common sense? How you expect a principal to lead a group of educators when they don't have education themselves? Make it make sense to me. Ain't no way this principal watch this parent in she face. Full face. I'm going to say, cut off your child here, she can't come to school. Are you brave, you know? Are you brave, boy? Because, boy, I just know me anger would I just...
The sad part about this is that it seemingly goes against everything that education is supposed to do. Like, education is supposed to be something that helps to move us away from some of these issues, right? You spoke about how a lot of this, and I will say hate for hairstyles. It's obviously rooted in not just colonialism, but I'll go further to say racism.
Clear,
right?
But then I'm pretty sure this is a black teacher, ma'am.
But the thing is, school is supposed to move us away from some of those things, right? To help to raise the level of discourse, to help us to evolve into an even more, into a better society, right? You can't tell me these are the kind of issues that we are forcing and pushing, right? And these are the solutions that we are coming up with as we attempt to do that.
Somebody saying the school has their rules and terms and conditions. That don't make them right.
That is the point. The point is, and this is the issue that I have with people when they start talking about rules, conditions, and laws, right? A lot of times, people abuse these rules, people abuse these terms, they abuse the conditions and they abuse the laws. And the simple fact is that a lot of times they're able to do that because they are not more concerned with the spirit in which the laws, rules, terms, and conditions were written. What is the spirit? So if you have in your rule book, right, a section that speaks specifically to uniform, right? What is the spirit behind those rules? Nobody is saying that there shouldn't be rules that governs how students present to the school. But the spirit behind those rules, I don't think it was to be exclusionary. I don't think it was for you to determine which hairstyles you personally like as opposed to don't like.
Exactly.
You understand?
This is a personal thing, you know.
So and that is the issue. So I'm pretty sure if we go through the rules, because that was my issue as well when I was having my problem at high school. When I telling them, but where is the rule that says that my hair is outside of the code? It doesn't exist.
Because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't exist. The length of my hair, right? Why is it that the Indian students don't have to go cut their hair? Why is it the white student, you had a white student in my class had a whole ponytail going on the back of his neck. Nobody telling him go out the class. So why is it that you're choosing to target me and single me out based on the length of my hair? Right? It is not a distraction. It is combed. As a matter of fact, I got to spend more time combing my hair than the rest of the school. You understand? My uniform is decent. I'm presentable. So tell me.
Y'all just hate to see black people with hair. I don't know. Something in y'all DNA just irks y'all when y'all see black people with hair. Because there cannot be no other reason for what you're telling us in 2022 that children aren't allowed to come to school with their hair at a certain length. Why? It grows. It literally grows.
The thing is, a lot of these rules about here, right? A lot of these rules about here, they speak specifically sometimes to even color, right? And they would say a natural color. They would say they again say, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, and this is a thing because I did the research. At least I could speak for here in St. Kitts. Those that speak specifically to color, they normally say a natural color, right? Not your natural color, a natural color.
Yeah,
right?
One of them.
So I don't know if, but then you see what happens now. Children might come, let's say, with their hair red, but red is a natural hair color.
Yep. Blonde is as well. Brown. I think when they said that, what they meant was, your hair have to be black or you can't come to school.
But what you're going to do with people like my sister who has red hair, what you do?
She can't come to school. She got cut her hair.
But then the girl sitting next to her puts red in her hair, and all of a sudden she has to go to class. Mm-hmm. But the girl sitting next to her have red hair.
Mm-hmm. I tell you, that don't make no sense. They just feel like they need to control something. So it's even down to the hair that these kids have.
Jay, don't get me wrong. The institution can
Craig, I could tell that people used to just bully you all your life, because if you feel like just going along with every single rule, you probably was a bullied child.
No, you see.
And a bullied adult, because that means people that just tell you anything and say, well, that's the rule, so you just got to go along with it. Sir, go have some tea.
No, but you see, Jay, the problem is with that type of mindset, what happens is that the institutions, and let us be, it doesn't matter if it's private or it doesn't matter if it's public. Because what is happening is that there are stakeholders that are outside of the principal, right? The students are stakeholders. I believe even more so in private schools because they pay to go there. They don't pay to go. They don't pay to go there just simply because whatever. But I don't have a problem with them instituting rules. What I'm saying is, what is this?
The rules have to make sense.
The rules have to make sense, and what is the spirit behind the rules? Like if you have a rule based on around your, appearance and uniform, right? I believe part of that may be so that persons do not come to school in distracting garments, right?
Understandable.
Don't come to school. You're able to then allow children to not feel excluded or whatever simply because of their dress, right? You're trying to create an environment conducive for learning. Mm-hmm. I want to believe those would be the things that inform the rules that you put in place.
You want to believe
that being said, and that being the case, to apply the rules outside of the spirit in which they were written, I think is a disservice not only to the students but to the school on a whole. And that's the problem when people always talk about, oh, we make rules. They got rules. Yes, of course we need rules.
Well, duh.
We need rules, but come on, we also have to interpret the rules with sense and based on the spirit in which the rules are written.
You would think that would be an easy concept to understand.
And the reason that the rules were written is to facilitate a particular thing. So you can't then interpret the rules in a way that directly undermines the things that the rules were put in place to try and facilitate. It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
Let's just segregate all the children them. That makes more sense. Oh, she has locks, she can't come to school because we don't allow locks. Why? I would understand if you said her hair isn't combed. Her hair, I don't even.
Jade, and not only that, Jade. The issue I have also is that the response, whenever there's a crime, right? Mm-hmm. There should be an appropriate response to the criminal activity, right? So if anybody here heard about a story where some child went into a supermarket and stole a ring pop, and all of a sudden we hear that the child is now on death row, everybody will be up in arms. You know why? Because the penalty.
That's a steep jump from a ring pop to.
The penalty don't make no sense.
No.
So you're telling me a 5-year-old girl goes to school, the penalty is to then deny her the access to education.
Or cut off her hair.
That does not make sense.
Or because she has locks. And she has, her hair is styled so neatly, so you cannot tell me it is because of the way that her hair is groomed. It is not that. The principal just has a problem with locks. She just discriminates against locks.
So I don't want to hear no argument about rules. I don't want to hear them things. That's a moot point. That is a moot point because it comes down to the interpretation of said rules, and it's obvious that the interpretation does not line up with the spirit in which the rules are written.
Same way I saw a story where a little girl was denied entry into a classroom because she had beads in her hair. I got to.
Jade, I tell you, this is personal for me, you know.
Oh boy.
I literally used to spend hours, right? Over at that time we had the Carib stand in the football in Warner Park, right? Mm-hmm. Because I get run home. No, I can't walk home. There's no way for me to get home. I can't even catch bus and go home. Right? It's impossible for me to go home. So all I have to do is just either roam the streets, go over in the park, and most of the times I would literally just jump back over the fence and come back in the school. Right? So I'm just like, no, bear in mind, the same principle that was enforcing these rules. May she like this now? Like, if she got an issue, she don't hesitate to call me to come fix this. Or the other day I went there to try and help her set up a smart TV and everything. Like, you understand where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. So in other words, there's an understanding that if she allows me to come into her home and to come into to homes that she's in charge of and so, I don't think it's a matter that she saw me as no bad hand or a bad child or a bad person or anything like that. But the interpretation of the rules that denied me days at school, literally days and days at school, it just got to the point where it just wasn't making no sense. Because bear in mind, I'm the same student that involved in young leaders, in the school band, I run track, I captain one of the football teams, play on another one of the football teams. You understand where I'm coming from? Mm-hmm. I contribute in all these other ways to the success of the school. But then the school can tell me I can't come in because somebody determined that my hair is too long. But nobody actually has an idea of what too long is. And why is it that long for me isn't long for people whose skin look like mine?
And why is it that you're trying to police the length of children's hair? It's here, it grows.
It grows.
It literally grows. It's not unnatural. Y'all just idiotic as adults, and it's so frustrating because these are the people we send our children to.
Yeah.
To learn.
Yeah. Jade, some madness going on in the schools right now, yeah, Jade. Some madness. Madness. I had a conversation last night with some teachers. Madness going on in the school, yeah? They don't know. They said they're not streaming the students, right? So they're not streaming the students. Like,
I'm mainstreaming the students.
so they're not like in any A1, A2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6.
That okay.
The problem is that it's difficult to sometimes teach children who are on different levels.
Yeah,
right?
that's why I'm like, that
Right.
to me that makes no sense because all children aren't the same. They have different learning capabilities. Some are more advanced than others. So how you okay, go ahead, continue because this done going left.
The problem is, right? Well, Dan Grant, I was a teacher, Dan Grant.
I don't understand how the
thought from-
solution is teaching. How does teaching fix the problems like telling children that
That's
they
what- but
can't
that's-
have long hair?
No, but literally that's what we're doing. We're here teaching.
Listen.
But I taught high school for several years. But apparently now, instead of the thing, you basically give them an assessment, right? And then you sort them into groups based on the results of the test. So it is streaming.
So
But here what happened now? Of course, you have to somehow differentiate the groups, right? So what they're doing is naming the groups different things. So let's say they decide that they want to name them based on animals. So now your child going to school based on the test. Your child is now an elephant. Your child ain't a lion. There's some children might be a tiger, right? No, you want to tell me that the children.
the same thing?
But then the problem, Jade. The problem is, who taught that the children them so mumu to not recognize that the lion them nowadays is the mumu class? Because, I'm using the term mumu because I think anybody mumu. I'm using the term because that is what the children actually saying right now. Now the children saying right now,
Y'all stink.
they say, oh, them there, this slow on them.
Y'all stink as adults.
But you don't understand what's going on in this.
Y'all
And the problem I have is that
Just.
the problem I'm having is that one, there's a recognition that there's change that needs to happen, right? The issue that I have is instead of addressing the issue, right? Instead of addressing the issue head on, we try to skirt around it. And when you try to skirt around the issues, you end up in these kind of weird positions.
But as in that's the same. They're literally doing this. That's the same thing as receiving a test and realizing that you may not be a fit for A1, but you are fit for A3. It's the same thing. So why y'all using animals?
And
What are
I
y'all
think
doing,
Dan
bro?
Grant is saying the I think if he's talking about, that's not the case. In this case, the principal of the school, a lot of times when we have these situations, it's recognized that the decision is left up to the principal, and the rules don't specifically speak to any of this. That has been the case here in St. Kitts, and from my understanding, that is the case in Antigua. Also, the rules were read out. The rules are read out for the one I spoke about in Belize. It speaks nothing to the length of the heat.
This is so dumb.
It just
Please just let the children go to school and learn. Please just be teachers and stop being whatever y'all being. I'm trying to find the perfect term for it without being
let me speak to what I think is happening. I think a lot of times, again, like I said, I think there's a recognition that there's a problem. So I would have taught high school and would have had several students who teachers were complaining they weren't coming to their classes. After some talk, I think I told the story before, after some pressing, it was very interesting to me what was told to me by some of them, some of the students, which was basically, Bailey, we know we ain't gonna make it to fifth farm. Like, what we have to have head for? Like, they in first farm, but they know, hey, I in a 1G5. It's highly unlikely because I've had cousins, I've had brothers who come through, who done gone to the school. I know me, I probably ain't gonna finish school. So they don't put in any real effort into it. So there's an obvious issue, right? There's an obvious issue with when you stream and when you put, but the issue for me is that it's not necessarily the kids. The issue comes from the school system and the teachers, because what happens is a lot of times, and let's be real, what I don't understand is if you go to most of the schools, at least when I was teaching, the teachers with the most experience, the department heads, those are the ones that would go and teach the upper classes. So department heads would teach 1, 2, and maybe 3, right? And then the students, and then the teachers that just come out of high school, come out of college, Not even teachers college, you know. It had no actual teacher training. They put those students to go and teach your children who may need more work and need specialized attention.
Which is dumb.
I was teaching remedial classes as somebody.
It's literally supposed to be the reverse.
Right. So what happens is that you end up in a situation where the school itself is telling the students that you are not a priority, right? Those students are given less choice as to what they want to do, what subjects they want to do, right? Those students are often left out in discussions concerning direction in which education is going to go, school in, bam, 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 right?
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, so the issue, so if you understand that, hey, the children are suffering based on this, that the culture needs to change based on the teacher. It's not going to change because you call them elephants and lions.
Which is so, I cannot believe this is a thing, you know, as I feel like you just make up this.
Evergreen or whatever else the school I'm calling them. No, this is a thing, Jade. No, the other issue I have, for instance, and I kept talking about this. We recognize that it could be very disheartening for kids when they don't do well on exams and tests, right? Obviously. But why is that the case? So the solution some people might come up with and say is, hey, you know what? We don't want to give the students the results of the test. If it's wrong, but it's kind of close, then don't give them wrong. Give them a half, give them a this, and give them a that. Are we talking about subjects such as mathematics, where really right is right and wrong is wrong? Eh? But anyway, you do that to protect the mental health of the child, or you're bullying the child if they get 2 and 50, and you're going to tell them they get 2 and 50, the other children can laugh, children can think their head ain't good, they're slow, whatever, they might be bullied by the students as well, blah, blah, blah. So what's the solution? The solution is to don't give the children them the results.
And then this is
the solution is to, no. The issue is that we have created a culture where we demonize children for not knowing, instead of recognizing the reason why they're here in the first place is because they don't know. And perhaps the fact that this child get a 2 and 50 does not reflect poorly on the child, but reflect poorly on the teacher.
Yep. Definitely.
So we attempting to fix issues, but the solution has nothing to do with the actual problem.
Listen, this is a discussion we have to continue, but we have to jump into social security with our friends who are in studio. So let's just take a break, settle our minds, and come right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN.
To be sure of your benefits, sickness and maternity, I'll tell you about the rest of it. Survivors grant your spouse and kids get the best of it. Let me mention pension when you're 62. When you're done work hard and retire, this is what to do. Listen, this social security is working for all your benefits. Funeral grant to help every one of your relatives. Come register for this social security. Social security. So every time you get your pay, social security.
Caribbean tourism is...
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Win Media SKN. And of course, we are jumping straight into Jade said some conversation with our friends from Social Security. Good morning, ladies. How are you guys doing?
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just a visitor today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking all nice in your blonde hair.
Thank you.
Both. But ladies, you know, we always look forward to having you guys here in the studio with us. What is it that you come to share with us this morning?
We're here. Well, I'm speaking. Your usual host is here.
Oh, so you just have
sitting in.
support. You have a support system this morning.
Yes. Okay, so this morning I'm going to speak to the employers. Now, we are having an influx of requests from employers of wanting good standing letters. Now, good standing letters, employers are requesting them because these good standing letters will assist them with concessions from the various government departments. However, good standing letter means just that, good standing. So we want the employers to know, and self-employed alike, that if you're not in good standing, we cannot grant you a good standing letter. So employers, keep your contribution payments up to date, knowing that time to time you would require good standing letters. And these good standing letters are now at $35 per letter. And that's effective July 1, 2022. Now, another issue we are having is the CITRI. We have employers submitting CITRI, and the font is such that the cashier is having issues understanding what to enter, you know. And of course, when entering the wages and contribution alike for when the CITRI is submitted, we are having issues. So we don't want to be entering anything wrong by accidentally because we just cannot see properly. So we're advising the employers who print their own CITRIs to use New Roman Times and font 12. Okay? So we move on. Now, employers are sending persons down to customer service requesting a letter stating if these persons are over 62 and no deduction should be taken out, we must write a letter. Now, employers know the date of birth of the employees. The employee's Social Security card also state the date of birth. We are telling employers that persons over 62, no Social Security should be deducted. However, you must deduct the levy. So once your employee is over 62, no Social Security is deducted. Only the 3.5 is deducted for the employees, and of course the employer knows that they still have to pay that 1% Social Security for persons getting injured on the job.
Right.
Okay, so we move on. We notice a trend. Employers are writing job letters stating that they intend to employ a particular person. And I've called employers and asked them what they mean by intent, because the letter could state you intend to. We issue a number, which will come on a Social Security card, only to find out that the person is not working for the employer. And therefore, we want that information to be more precise. Of course, the employers fluff a lot about it. But what intent mean? Because if you're really going to employ the person, you state that you're going to employ the person. The person is either employed already, or you intend to employ the person out of September, whatever,
Right, a
out
potential
of
start date,
October,
right?
you know? So we find they're using that, which means they're trying to assist persons with getting a Social Security card. As one employer said, then you can deactivate it. We cannot deactivate it. Once you have that number is yours for life, and you may never contribute to Social Security. Yet you have a number on a card, and that card can be renewed, and yet there's not one contribution coming in for you. Okay? So we are speaking to the employers. When you're writing your job letters, be more precise, because we are back checking. Be more precise. So when it comes to taking out contributions out of the wages of employees, we want the employer to know the week that the person is making 62. If the person makes 62 on a Monday, no contribution will come out. But if that person makes 62 Tuesday to Saturday, of course that week you have to take out Social Security, and going forward, no Social Security contributions will be taken out. Okay, so that's for the employers. Employees, we have a number of persons who have not applied for the age benefit at 62. Now we know other islands have age 65, but Social Security in St. Kitts Nevis is age 62. We are asking persons who are 62 to come into our office, or they can call us on our phones, which is 465-2535, or they can call us on our WhatsApp number, which is 869-662-8479. Now, we send out letters informing persons that they are reaching the age of 62, and those letters go out 2 months before their 62nd birthday. Those letters, sometimes, a number of them do not reach persons. It could be a change of address because persons have moved in St. Kitts and have not come to the office to update the information. It could be that these persons are out of the Federation. But persons know their age. When you're approaching 62, you don't have to wait for this letter. You can come in and you can fill the form. I find it's the simplest Social Security form to fill. And of course, you can call us, ask a question, and we'll be able to facilitate you of the way forward. So, all those persons outside there, worked in St. Kitts, 62 and over, please visit us, call us, ask us if you find out where you're at with us so we can assist you. Because there is, of course, for persons who claiming way over the age of 62, they will receive benefit. What we call it? What the word is we call it again? When persons claim late? When persons came late,
Forfeiture.
there's forfeiture involved. So we don't want persons to lose their right. So age 62, come in. And right now, we would appreciate if persons come in. We have a very large number of persons. Okay? Now, we have some new fees that persons are not yet acquainted with. So we'd like to know the public to know our new fees. Projection letters. Projection letters, 35. And this projection letters are for the insured persons of Social Security doing business with the different various business houses in St. Kitts Nevis, and these business houses wants to know, what is your pension as of today? That letter is $35. Our regular pensioners need the letters also for the business houses that they're doing business with. That letter is $35. We have, of course, cards. Our first card is free. Our second card, if you lose your second card, damage within 10 years, that first card is now $50. If you lose it a second time within the 10-year period, the card is $150. Persons changing the names, it could be marriage, divorce, deed poll. Persons using their mother's name want to use father's name want to use mother's name, or want to use both. Even persons with marriage, you're using one name and you want to now use both. You want, both maiden and your marriage name on your Social Security card. That is going to cost you $75 for that change. Of course, if your card has expired and you wait until the time to change your name, it will be free. But once the card is valid and you're changing your name, $75. And like I said before, good standing letters, $35. Contribution statement. Each insured person receives a contribution statement every year. The first one is free. If you need a second one during the year, it's $20. If you need a third one during the year, it's $20. So we want persons to be aware of these changes. If you lose your check, it's $35.10. If your check becomes stale or damaged, it's $35. So we want persons to recognize that there's a change as of July 1, 2022. Registration of new insured persons. We're still having an issue with persons showing up, telling us that they're here to register for a card. When you're coming to register, you must have a job letter from your employer. You must have a valid passport. And if you don't have a valid passport, we will want your birth certificate. If you have your birth certificate and a valid ID, we will take it. If all you have is a birth certificate, we have a form that we'll have to give you that you can take back to the intended employer or employer, and that person can fill it. Other persons can fill it. There are senior persons listed on such a form that can fill that form stating that the bearer of the birth certificate is indeed that person. So, any questions?
Well, I mean, you spoke about the fact that you have to have a job to register.
Yes.
Yeah, I've known a lot of people didn't realize that, including myself and Adam. We honestly thought that once you reach the age of 16, you could just register.
No.
But I mean,
Because, you see, the Social Security number indicates that you're employed. I think persons see that, there's a Social Security card out there. But no, that number means that you're employed by someone. And we would be expecting contributions to come in monthly.
Some people use it as well as ID. So.
Yeah, but it's more than ID. It indicates that you're indeed employed with an employer.
Okay. That's good to know.
And we just reminding employers that the minimum wage is $3.60 per week, and $3.60 per week mean you have to pay Social Security contribution for that person, but of course you will not pay levy because it's minimum wage. So any wage up to $360, no levy, but Social Security contribution. And of course, like I said before, persons over 62 will have to pay levy, but no Social Security. When persons are coming to update their Social Security card, and it could be because it's lost, it's damaged, or it has expired, once again, we're asking persons to bring the relevant documents. So again, it is your birth certificate with a valid ID or a valid passport. Persons are coming in and saying, but you have my information already, so the card has expired, I'm just here to get a new card. No. We are updating our system. We are putting in new information about you, and this is an opportunity for us to capture addresses, new telephone numbers, because people change the telephone numbers so often, and so forth. And of course, an email address so we can reach you. And I speak about email addresses. That changes too. What we find is persons calling us and requesting that they would like contribution statement or even these services that have like pension letters and so on by email. And yes, we can accommodate you getting it by email, but you will still have to pay. So if it's someone outside of the Federation that wants such a service, then it means that they must have someone in St. Kitts who can come in and pay for that service. And then we would facilitate. Any questions?
Not at this particular.
Yeah, we don't have any cause either.
But
That's great.
So that means you were explicit and they understand.
Yes. But let me speak about pensions. We see a lot of people are so disappointed with their pension at age 62. And as usual, I have been working all my life. You may be working all your life, but you're not working a full 52 weeks year for Social Security period. We're asking persons to come in. We can't say that enough. Come in, see what your pension status is as of today, so you can know where you're at today. You'll know if your employer is paying your contributions. Come in and find out. Come in and find out. You might say you don't want a contribution statement again because you've already gotten one for the year, but that's fine, because we're going to talk with you and discuss it, and we can tell you where you're at. Come in and see what your pension is like as of today. That's very, very important. We have persons up to yesterday, don't put in me 500 contributions, and 500 contributions gives me a pension, but that's minimum, and that's 30%. Our pension starts at 500 contribution. 500 is 30%. 1,751 contributions gives you 60%. So you don't want to put in 500 and finish, and you're still out there working. Check to make sure your employer is paying. And self-employed persons in particular, you can do more. You can do so much more. So do not say that I'm getting away with it. Social Security is not recognize that I have a business and so forth. I'm not paying. You need to pay your contribution, because 62 is right there. And there's nothing you can do after 62. Whatever it is, it is. And it may not even be a pension. It might be a grant, which is a one-time payment. And a grant is, again, from 50 contributions to 499. Could you imagine reaching 495 contribution and you miss it by 5 contributions?
a lot of.
Just because you're not paying, you're not finding out what your position is at Social Security. So we're asking persons come in. We're all working for that one accord. At 62, I'm going to get a pension from Social Security. So we're asking persons to come in. Customer service can be reached easily by WhatsApp, 869-662-8479. And we also have an email address, customerservice@socialsecurity.kn. So you can write to us and we will respond accordingly. That same WhatsApp number, we are facilitating immensely our pensioners abroad. Our pensioners want to be like our pensioners in the Federation. They will like their pension to be paid monthly. And through WhatsApp, we are able to fill a life certificate for them where they can get their pension monthly. So to our pensioners abroad, you can call us at 869-662-8479, and we will facilitate filling your life certificate form for you.
All right, but I have a quick question though. For persons who are employed in multiple jobs, how does that work for Social Security payments?
All wages are under one number. So we use all wages. And for claiming benefit, you can only pay up to $6,500. So the cap is $6,500.
So if I work for 2 places, then it's expected that both my employers pay contribution based on the wages
Yes,
that I
one
earn.
employer has nothing to do with the other employer.
Okay.
All employers must pay. Now, if you work for more than $6,500, we pay contribution refund. So you will receive what you pay that should not have been paid. But each employer must do what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
And
okay.
specifically, she's referring to the Social Security contribution. So if your employer, let's say you have one job which is 6,000,
5.
and then the other one is 800, your employer would still take out Social Security from the 800, but at the end of the period, at the end of the year, you had to make a claim for the return of your Social Security contribution. So that's important, and a lot of persons miss that opportunity to have a refund. And
So who makes the claim? Sorry.
the employee is
The employee is going to make that claim.
yes.
Oh, okay. So okay, I understand.
Which
So
is a
because it came
contri-
out of your paycheck, then you get
Yes,
that.
Yes.
so
Okay,
it's a contribution refund.
okay, gotcha.
And like I mentioned before, with employers paying contribution, taking out contribution for persons who are over 62, we have an influx of that. People saying, but I'm over 62, and they're still taking it out. And of course, we have to let them apply
For the return.
Right.
for the refund.
Okay.
And that is a form that the employer must sign off on also.
Okay, understood. Well, awesome. Appreciate all this useful information.
Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to thank Sandra for filling in for me while I'm out. And she's been very busy doing all my media programs and everything. So I guess she would have missed the last weekend in August. So she's here now, I'm back. But I wanted to thank her for competently delivering.
Oh, yes.
So
Very
I
much so.
can
you.
move on to other things possibly.
No,
But-
I gladly hand it back over.
Y'all got to figure out that. We ain't getting involved in it. We ain't getting involved in that.
All right, but thank you, Sandra. I appreciate it, and I'm sure the listeners would have gathered enough information to call you via WhatsApp
Yes.
and to visit us. And we want to assure you that we just don't want you to come in because we understand it's difficult for you to come in, and we're trying our best to make our services accessible and convenient. So our inspectors and other officers will be doing their jobs as usual. But if you ever have a conversation you need to have with Social Security, just pick up the phone via WhatsApp. We're really enjoying seeing our customers from wherever they are, and they enjoy it as well. They
Yes,
call us on
yes,
WhatsApp. We
yes.
have an engagement. We're able to facilitate their business, and it helps social distancing, all those things. So we welcome you to call 662-8479, or you can call PR at 667-2535. Until next time, we remind you, employers, to pay your contribution in full and on time. If you're having a challenge, be sure to visit or call us. Self-employed persons, it is extremely important that you take care of yourself first. And employees, make sure you check on your contribution status. As it is say, you got some bad man employer and employees, so keep an eye on your business. Check your Social Security status as much as you check your people them status and so on. I have to bring it real to the end. All right. Until next time, guys, be safe.
Getting sure to be sure of your benefits. Sickness and maternity, I'll tell you about the rest of it. Survivors grant your spouse and kids get the best of it. Let me mention pension when you're 62. When you're done work hard and retire, this is what to do. Listen, this Social Security is working for all your benefits. Funeral grant to help every one of your relatives. Come register for this Social Security. Social Security. So every time you get your pay, Social Security.
Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending cashback at Horsewoods. Yes, it's that time of the year. Double cashback coupon season is here. The season when Horsewoods Furniture and Appliances gives away millions in free groceries with every FlexPay purchase and a chance to win 1 year in free groceries with a never-ending double cashback. Yes, the Horsewoods never-ending double cashback is back for even more free groceries. This is double cashback coupon season, so come today and get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries in the never-ending never-ending double cashback promotion. Yes, happening now. Get double cashback coupons for absolutely free groceries with every higher purchase. The never-ending double cashback is back at Horseman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store, where you get double cashback coupons for free groceries with every FlexPay purchase. Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the never-ending savings, never-ending discounts, never-ending quality and service, and the never-ending double cashback for this double cashback coupon season. Don't miss it. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island TV right here on Win Media SKN, and we are joined by some other guests right here in the studio. We are joined by members from the Independence Organizing Committee. We have the chairperson who is here, and also one of the members. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having us here. I guess we're doing fine.
Awesome. But could you introduce yourself to the viewers and the listeners, please?
Oh, yes. I am Sharon Rattan, the permanent secretary who is chairing the Independence celebratory activities for 2022. And we have Mr.
Hi, guys. I'm Javan Laibert, and I'm a member on the committee.
Awesome. Well, I know there are a lot of people who are looking forward to the celebrations coming up, and so I know people are eagerly awaiting to hear what is happening, what you guys have in store for us.
Yes, we feel the pressure.
You feel the pressure?
Well, because let me first emphasize it's a short period because there was the elections.
Mm-hmm.
It's a short. We had like just about 4 weeks, and it's 39. I think there's a high expectation of many things. However, but we are celebrating 39, and we are really looking forward going into our 40th. So we had to keep some of the plans at bay, and leave some, and balance it,
Right.
For the 39th anniversary. We couldn't put everything, but there was a lot of requests, People think that we're having this grand thing. But they're thinking mainly I must say they're thinking mainly fetes, parties, but I think we have come up with a balance, to give a pause for reflection of our journey and some party activities. So we are here today to share with you what the final program would look like.
And let me just add, it's not only to share. We're officially dropping the calendar for this month.
Yes.
So that's what's going on right
Yeah, so we are dropping
exclusive.
Yes.
So we're dropping the calendar for this month. So this is our first interview for the day.
Well, listen, just get right into it.
Yes.
Get right into it. But let me say, I'll leave shortly to also to be interviewed by another media house. So I'm just here.
Sorry.
I'm just here because Javon insisted. It was to be earlier, but then it was later.
The chair should drop it.
Yes,
right.
he felt that
I don't think I have the authority to drop anything.
And then
so
I'll let
him
continue. I'll let him continue after.
Right.
And so we start out with the national colors this week. 2 events I want to highlight quickly before I leave. But first, the theme. We had the theme competition. Let me start with the theme and just give you a little synopsis of how we did it, because we all felt, it's too late. We won't get any feedback. But then we used the power of social media and we launched the theme on a Friday afternoon, just the Sunday, and we got 413 entries.
Oh.
And Miss Xavier Roma Richardson is the winner. And I want to start to let everybody know what the theme is. It is refocus, recreate, redesign, independence 39. And let me repeat it in case you didn't hear it, because we did it on last week, Wednesday. We announced the winner. Refocus, recreate, redesign, independence 39. And what you're going to be seeing, this independence in particular, in that regard, is more featuring of the winner and the engaging persons in dialogue, or the country in dialogue, as to what that means. We want to get that sense too. We want to get that pause for reflection out there as to what does that mean for our country. So that's the first thing I'll start with. And then on Friday, on the 9th, we kick off with our National Colors Week. That will be Friday the 9th, Monday the 12th, Tuesday the 13th, Wednesday the 14th, and Thursday the 15th. And we are going to start with green, the color green, on Friday. So anything green, not only the school children, all of the citizens, you're encouraged to wear something green on Friday.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to wear something green on Friday. And it also signals Friday the 9th is the start of the cabinet's visits to schools. Yes, normally that's a tradition we have
Right.
I'm sure when you were in school you remember that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, that's a tradition for quite some time. So we are going to double up 2 zones on Friday. The East Zone starting from Keon up to up to the last school there is the Tyrrell Williams primary school. They're going to do the primary schools first. And then they will continue on Tuesday and Wednesday, because Monday is usually cabinet. But the colors continue. The wearing of the colors continue. Okay. So on the 9th, it's the green. On the Monday, it's the yellow. That's the 12th. On the Tuesday, it's the black. On the Wednesday, it's the white. And on the Thursday, it's the red, which is also Sneaker Day. Sneaker Day. Because we have collaborated with the Ministry of Health, because during this time they celebrate Caribbean Wellness Week. It's a regional thing, a regional theme where they emphasize your health, your wellness. And that brings me to the walk, which is on Saturday morning at 10. We collaborated with the Ministry of Health on this activity, and we tried to make it attractive, fun too. So the Ministry of Health had one route and we had another. So we have merged. And we will begin at the War Memorial, come right along the Bay Road, until we get to the Bird Rock. There is a traffic light that is not working there.
Right.
Yes. And from there, we have two choices. Some can they can turn left, but this is my right, but we're looking at it, the left, along that road, go along the roundabout and end up at the last roundabout in Frigate Bay. And if you want to do the challenge, you can turn right along Bird Rock Road, then make a left up into Corey Hill and take the hills over into Frigate Bay at the third roundabout.
Yeah, but are you going hills?
Oh, yes. Well, we are going to the hills, right, Javon?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And we just want to get a sense of how people will choose, And we are also accommodating because the Ministry of Health indicated that, sometimes some older persons come and we want to accommodate everyone. So you have a choice. But then let us talk about the attire. You have the colors, the patriotic colors, and we have some special prizes for the most wacky socks and the most wacky sneakers.
Okay.
Most wacky socks using the patriotic colors.
For the youngest.
And the youngest walker and for the oldest walker.
And the first.
And the first 15 finishers. Special prizes. So we will see how that goes. At the same time, we want to bring attention to the importance of your exercise, your wellness. That's what we want to do on that day. And that same activity, Nevis will also be having their wellness walk on that day.
Nevis at the same time.
At the same time. So on that day, we are having the same activity.
Awesome.
Okay?
Lovely.
So let me recap because I have to run away to go with the Ministry of Health now to promote the walk and the other things that they want to do, and I would leave it with Javon. So we kick off on the 9th with the color green and the cabinet members visits to schools in the primary schools in the east and west zones, and the walk on Saturday the 10th. So tell me how you feel about that so far.
Well, I am here thinking about all the green clothes I have. I have them myself and my son as well, because he has to dress in his nice little green clothes. And I'm also wondering what route I'll take on the walk. I kind of have an idea because my ankle's not the best.
That means she's not coming on the hill.
No, she's.
Oh, I'm definitely. Javon, you know me. I'm not doing that.
We'll have people there to assist
I thought
you.
you'll say you had a wheelchair.
No. I'm not going to be that forward with you, Jade. We'll have people there to assist you.
That would actually help
Jade
me.
won the wheelchair.
Yeah.
That's okay.
That would
Yes.
Not me over here defending Jade.
I don't know why you're doing that.
She over there saying something different.
I'm looking forward to it. I haven't been through those hills in a while, so I'll test myself on Saturday.
Well, I'll meet you at the finish line.
Yes.
And,
yes.
they're waiting for you guys to arrive. I might be the 16th person to come in. I'll try to be the 15th.
At the finish line, we'll have some light snacks, healthy snacks, our bush tea, our water and fruit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look forward to that. Some nice little bush tea after a long walk.
Yes, and water. Water will be distributed along the way. So let us come out and get a little walk on Saturday. I see many people walking. Health would do their bit to mobilize persons who normally walk with them, and this is an invitation to the citizens to come for the walk. Okay?
I'm pretty sure they'll be there because, St. Kitts and Nevis, the people that live here are very patriotic.
Yes.
So anything to do
That's
with
so
independence
true.
and activities, they are there. So I look forward to seeing them in their socks and shoes as well.
And Carnival is on the road again, so I'm sure people
It's
would.
in shape.
It's a good start.
The opportunity to get in shape.
Yes.
So you start working on your carnival body?
Yeah, man.
Good thing to do. Oh, and for those who love to take photos, we're going to have a little spot when you're finished to take photos.
Excuse me. Love it.
Everybody loves photos, so be photo ready.
I don't know how photo ready you could be while you're sweating, but we'll try.
Oh,
come on,
yes, you can be photo ready
Some
when you're
people
sweating.
are really cute when they sweat.
Yes.
Oh, you heard Javon. So I'll leave Javon to finish sharing with you. And
Quite capable hands.
yes, quite capable hands, quite a very good assistant on many fronts. And I hope you enjoy what we have in store for you.
Awesome.
Okay?
Looking forward to hearing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chair Rattan. So just to jump straight into it, Ms. Rattan started off by letting you know that On Friday, the 9th of September, the ministers will be visiting the schools in the East and the West Zone. On the 13th of September, the ministers will be visiting the primary schools in the Bastille Zone. And on the 14th of September, they will visit all secondary schools.
Okay.
Right? So it's the first 2 days, the primary schools, country and town, and then on the third day, the final day, they'll make visits to all the high schools.
Okay, nice.
Right? Straight into September 16th, of course, that is National Heroes Day. As Ms. Rattan pointed out, we're a bit late because we just had elections. And everybody would understand that the party that is now in power, we have a calendar of our own. And there's a number of things we used to do. So on that day, of course, we have the state observance of the National Heroes Day, and that will be at the National Heroes Park in Bastille at 8 a.m. And at 4 p.m., we'll journey to the R.L. Bradshaw Memorial Park in St. Paul's for similar but different format, right? To honor our national heroes and our fallen comrades and so forth. And of course, on that day, we'll have the announcement of the national honors, the Star of Merit, the Medal of Honor, and, if any, the national hero.
Sounds like they're adding some new ones.
No. If any, if the committee sees it fit. The application period just ended on Sunday. Actually, I have some applications here to drop off, and there's some applications already there. I think we had over 50 nominations, right? Nice. So there's a lot of work for the committee to sift through the names and to see who is worthy of whatever award. So on that day, persons will be awarded. The country will know who gets what award. On the 17th September, we have Independence Block Parties, and I think this is something that we are so familiar with. We haven't done it for some time, but I'm sure you guys will recall back in the day on around Independence, when we used to have like the drinks for $1. Well, we're bringing that back.
Ooh,
nice. Right? So in every community, you'll have a good setup, probably persons performing from that community, music, cheap drinks, cheap food, a really, really good time to celebrate, because it's we have to celebrate. We've been through a lot.
A whole lot.
Yes, we've definitely been through a lot. Then we have on September 19th, the Independence Parade. And let me just address something, because there's some conversation on Facebook back and forth whether or not it's going to be in the night, right? I think there's a lot of persons who want it in the night, but the committee made a decision that, seeing that it is 39 we're celebrating and next year is 40, let's leave certain things for the grand celebration. So the Independence Parade would be in the day this year as usual, and
so on the morning of the 19th.
Yes, and next year, God's willing, fingers crossed, not to overstep the chair, not to overstep the Prime Minister, but it should be in the night.
Okay. I just think it need to be in the night all the time, eh? But
I think so too.
Yeah,
but
especially right now, this heat is not playing.
Yeah, it's really tough.
We don't make these decisions in a vacuum.
It's really tough. Yes. Then the September 30th, we have the Independence Freedom Concert, and that's a staple for our independence celebration. This year, we're taking it to St. Paul's.
Okay.
So it's going to be at the St. Paul's Playfield, that is opposite the Bradshaw Memorial Park. And of course, we're still getting things in order. So the official poster should be dropping sometime this week with full acts and stuff like that.
Nice.
But just for people to know, it's on September the 30th at the St. Paul's Playfield. Ms. Rattan led to it. We're celebrating 40th next year So it is our intention to continue straight from the 39th. So right from this September 2022, right to September 2023, we intend to have events. We want to do events leading up right up to the 40th celebration. So on this calendar, we've included some activities for October, right? On October 7th, we have the school's elocution contest.
Okay.
On the October 22nd, we have the drill competition. And on October 30th, we'll officially launch the Independence 40 pre-activities. Now, yes.
Really? Wow.
Well, I mean, even the drill competition, had become a staple. People really
Yes,
look forward to that.
yes, it's a big thing.
Yeah.
It's really a big thing. I just want to mention some of the competitions we have running right now. We have here in SKN Challenge competition. I think over the years, we've had a lot of complaints from creatives saying basically that Independence is a bit too strict, a bit too boring, and it doesn't really include them, right? And I'm sure you have seen around Independence time persons with, Independence themed hairstyles, national flags, and stuff like that.
Yes.
So we decided, why not make it into a competition? Right? So we're encouraging persons, hairstylists, or, just creatives in general, to, of course, get your hairstyles ready, submit your photos, and you can win $1,500.
Boom bang.
Yeah.
They're coming good right now, man.
Yeah, man.
When I do up my locks
$1,500 for
in green
that.
And yellow,
Me
bag.
too, I make lots of do mine, but
Has 2 stars in my locks bag.
Then all you have to do, just submit your photos, and they'll be judged by the people, of course, and you can win yourself $1,500. There's also the National Pride Competition. It's dubbed Prideful, Pride-FULL, Prideful, right? And that is, it's the same component, but for attire, right? We're encouraging persons to put their own unique spin on the national costume, the national dress, right? Whatever you want to do, as long as it incorporates the national colors, the crocus, the pelican, the star,
Okay,
evidence of St. Kitts and Nevis, right? And of course, you'll be judged, and you can win yourself $1,500 for that. Ms. Rattan spoke about the Independence Wellness Walk. That's on the 10th. She spoke about the National Colors Day and the Freedom Concert. So, yes, that is it for me. Well, let me just also mention that Nevis, there's some activities that will be going on over in Nevis during Independence. Some of them will be having on the same day, but for example, they'll have on September 16th, they'll have their National Heroes Day concert. So their Freedom Concert is on the 16th.
That's become a staple as well, yeah.
Yes. Their Freedom Concert is on the 16th. While we're having an Independence Parade over here, they will have a full Independence Parade over in Nevis. The only difference is that their award ceremony would be tied with the Independence Parade. And our calendar also includes a number of activities that persons are having, such as the opening of the East Bastia Festival on the 10th of September. Belle Pastel, that's a brunch by Study It. Boozy Brunch by Carambola on the 17th. Tropics on the 18th. And High Tide Independence Boat Ride on the 18th as well. Mothers Union Independent Breakfast, that's on the 19th, and that's something I think that's older than me.
Yeah.
That's older than me. The East Bastia Festival Parade of Troops, that's on the 19th as well. Miss Phenomenal Pageant, that's on the 23rd of September. Cultural Fair and a local design and modeling show by Movado Modeling Agency. That's on the 25th. And Caribbean Link Up concert by Hellfire International on October 1st.
Okay.
Listen, this month is
It's
so
packed. It's jam-packed.
My word.
It's jam-packed. Jade, you're going to be tired.
Something for everybody.
I am already tired.
Just listening to it. It's a lot. It's a lot, but definitely, I think when you celebrate independence, you have to realize that, you have to appeal to all crowds, all the different sectors in the community. Yes, there's definitely something for everybody. Something for the Christians, something for the
people like us.
The road people.
Just say what?
No.
Like
Don't spoil my name on national radio.
I don't understand what's happening.
No,
just embrace it.
I'm just a do road guy.
Yes.
I do road.
A do road guy. No, I don't like the heathen thing.
No.
I'm a do road guy.
Do roaders like us to do.
Yeah, man. So what I can do, Jade, I can send you a calendar, and we would like you guys to, or over the weeks, keep people updated.
Yeah, definitely.
We can do that for sure.
Yes, but that's it for me. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions you guys want to know, anything you want me to repeat.
I'm not. I think you answered the questions that I had in terms of how the some of the competitions, the prideful as well as hairstyle competition. Initially, we were hearing it might have been tied a bit to the parade. The only thing I have to do with that is I don't recall you mentioning where the submissions should be sent.
Oh, yes. Okay, so there's the email address. Let me just... Sorry.
Well, while you look for that, I have to say advanced birthday greetings to you. Oh, you think me not? People on the live letting out your business, yes.
People on the live letting out your business, bro.
They said you're celebrating in a few days.
I don't celebrate my birthday for the people on the live.
Oh, you don't? You just
but I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. But the email address is independenceskn@gmail.com. Right? You send your submissions there, or you can send it to our Facebook page at St. Kitts Nevis Independence. And of course, we'll do the rest. But we are also encouraging persons to post it on their individual Facebook pages because we want you to get that exposure as well. Especially, of course, especially if you're, in the case of the hair competition, if you're a stylist, a hairstylist, we want you to get that exposure. And especially if you're a budding designer, right, we want you to get that exposure. So, of course, you'll get the exposure from us, right, but you need to build your following as well. Not saying you don't have a following, but there's always more, right? So, yes. So we're encouraging persons to post on their individual Facebook pages and also send us the images for us to judge and for the people to judge.
Love it.
And win themselves $1,500. It's a lot of money,
Listen,
especially in this time.
This economy.
Listen, if I wasn't on this committee, I'd answer it.
They could buy me at least 1.5 tank, I guess.
Hey, listen. Full tank.
What do you mean? Full up my tank? Bye.
You're going too far with that one. I feel like you're being willful.
Bye, send on. You hear me? I need it.
$1,500, 1.5.
The locks, 1.5 tank, I
Bye,
guess.
man. Bye, hey.
But you, Azam and Jade, you guys can participate in the hair competition. I mean, put in some dyes. Put in some beads.
We have the length,
Yeah, you have it. And I hope to see you guys, every day on the national colors day. You guys are wearing the colors as well.
Yes, I will remind Azim of the
Yes,
color
you guys
of
definitely need to represent. And Jade, you say you're thinking about, I have nothing green, but I going to buy a green shirt, because you definitely need to represent. And over the years, I've realized, some persons, if they don't have a green shirt per se, weirdly, some people have green pants, or a green tie, and those kind of things. But you find something green because you definitely need to represent. This is our country, and we need to show people, how much we love St. Kitts and Nevis, and how much we appreciate how far we've gotten. And I don't think people know how good we have it here in St. Louis. And I have this conversation with so many persons. I don't think people understand. When you listen to people from other countries, I'm not going to say where, you know, and you hear a lot of things that they have to go through, the amount of money they have to pay for education and these kind of things. I mean, CFBC is free now.
Free now, yeah.
You think I could get back my money from when I went to?
Jade, I'm here to deal with independence. You're trying to get me in trouble. You're trying to get me in trouble, but no, I don't. I don't know, Jade. But honestly, when he said it, that's the first thing I came to.
Me too.
Honestly.
No, I don't pay. No, I don't.
Honestly. And then he said, well, I'm not. I was about to say something, but I'm not going to. No,
you're dealing with independence.
No, I'm not going to.
Yes, but yeah, you are so correct. We have to make sure we represent our national pride. We have to show out for this independence. The last one was a hot mess, and thankfully, we are at a place now we are moving forward for better. Looking forward to all of the activities planned.
Refocus, recreate, and redesign Independence 39.
Indeed, so I look forward to all the good things. You shaking your head like you tell me already.
Not an ear.
Well,
not an ear, Jay.
Too bad. I going to say it because we know last year was questionable.
Hey, Jay, this kind of people who make you get bang up, eh?
No.
People just walk up to you on the road and say, I hear what you say.
Yeah.
Listen, so you go sometimes. But yes, we look forward to all the great activities of 39 and 40 and going forward.
Definitely. And I just want to thank you, Jade, for taking my call last minute. And for
answer one time.
and for allowing us to come on and dropping this calendar with you. Persons were waiting for a very long time.
Yeah.
But they understand that we had a very short space of time to really plan an entire month. And I mean, as you heard today, we are planning an entire year of activities. And so it's a lot, and I think we are doing really, really good. Ms. Rattan led the Independence Committee several times before, prior 2015. So she has the experience, and she's, I mean, I don't have to tell you side. She's doing really, really good.
Yes, kudos to the committee for all the hard work that you guys are doing.
So thank you guys for having us.
Anytime. Feel free to come back.
I'll let you know.
Yes, but guys, stick and stay. We'll take a short break and be right back with more tea right here on Win Media SKN.
Charge up with turbo energy, we want kickstart and a workout. Pour some in a mine and in a ear cup. We're going up and up and up. 1 cup on me charge up, turbo, me want no time for talk. Pour some in a my cup and get me energy up. Original flavor, me drinking, mixing with the ginseng. We no lose turbo, me for win. Cause a turbo, me say me ever ready, never did it. The greatest, next level energy, it's legendary. Pass up, turbo, we drink and charge up. 1 cup on my gun up, me charge up with turbo energy drink.
Good. Energize your goals with Lucozade. Get it good. Look under the cap. Find the code. Win it. Thousands in prizes. iPhones and TVs. Or win 30 grand US dollars for your goals. That's goals.
For a chance to win 30,000 US dollars. Purchase any Lucozade Energy promo bottle. Look under the cap and find the code to win iPhones, TVs, and free Lucozade or 30,000 US dollars to energize your goals. See website, social media, or press for details. Lucozade, taste the energy.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, it's hump day.
It is Wednesday.
It's hump day.
We're halfway there.
Yeah.
I could feel the weekend already.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to just have a cold glass of Clifton Estates and relax.
You're working. I like it. But Jade, against what is happening now at Tea Time.
Boy, listen, I put so much things in this one sheet that we're going to have to repeat. We're going to have to use some for tomorrow because a lot. Let me see. We could talk about how one student got...
We could just mention it quick, guys.
Yeah, but I made him try to wrap my head around it. So, a student out of Guyana, his name was Ramal Babululal. I probably butchered that. However,
we tried.
He got 27 subjects. 27 CXC subjects. He had 24 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s. I didn't even know I got so much subject.
That's the whole point I was making. I didn't even know CXC offer so much subjects.
I didn't know either. Apparently it's 30 they offer.
Oh.
30. And he wanted all of them. So, but yes, congratulations to that young man. He may have to just be like a scientist or something because there ain't nowhere in the Caribbean paying you for these subjects. Nowhere. But hopefully by the time he finishes with all of his studies, one of these Caribbean countries is going to be in a position to do that.
Nah, man. Just wish him all the best as he continues his education or his professional career.
Whatever you do, we know it will be great.
The same diligence that you put into, your schooling. I'm sure you put into whatever comes next.
Of course.
But guys, let me just let y'all know, you only need 5, eh? Don't hurt up our head. I only need 5.
Yeah.
You only need 5.
You only need 5.
Yeah. I mean,
and in some cases, you need none at all. Look at St.
But no, at the same time, I love to applaud, when children excel, right? And when you have a propensity for something, you should execute with excellence and do your best, right?
He clearly loves education.
Right. Well, yeah. Hopefully.
Somebody said he got 20 more than me.
But
me too.
But the thing that I always fear is sometimes when we celebrate people, sometimes it gives the impression that persons who are not performing on that level are somehow less than.
No, that's not true. I don't think.
I just wanted to remind people, you only need 5, guys.
Yeah, you don't need to aim for the highest. You don't need all the subjects. You just need 5 core ones. And again, sometimes you don't need none at all. We move. So as we could talk about how an Indian mom fought off a tiger to save her baby. Or we could talk about this crazy video that I watched where the Argentinian vice president was almost shot in the face.
No, boy.
Did you see that video?
No, I didn't.
I did. That was crazy.
It was crazy?
What? Because I'm telling you now, everybody reaction time was terrible. If that man, we could talk about it because I already started. Yeah. If that man...
So you already choose.
Yeah.
Let me go look for it.
If that man had only had the proper gun, this would have been a totally different story.
He was the prime minister, president, what?
No. So it says, video captures moment. Man tries to shoot at Argentina's vice president in the face. Cristina Fernandez was greeting supporters outside her home.
What? That's the gun by she face?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I tell you, listen. She was greeting supporters outside her home when the would-be assassin...
What?
Watch everybody reaction time. Nobody realized what happened.
Nobody realized what happened, Jade.
Look at this, Azim. Look at this.
What? Oh, my gosh.
Okay. This would have been a totally different news story.
And tell me then, who could believe they in a God, Jade?
Boy.
Who could believe there's not a God?
She grandmother strong. The power in their prayer.
Jade, the gun is literally the same distance the mic is away. I tell you,
it would have been a totally different news story, a totally different video.
People buy.
Yep, so She survived an assassination attempt on Thursday night after a man with a loaded gun tried to shoot her in the head at close range. Understatement. Serious understatement.
Wait, on camera, you know, Jade?
While she was greeting supporters in front of her house. The gun, which had been loaded with 5 bullets, did not go off, according to officials.
According to officials, we see it.
By the grace of God.
According to my eyes.
Yeah, man.
Jade had that gun gone off, Jade.
Tell
Oh
you,
my God,
the
that would
video
be
would
one
have
of the
looked.
most gruesome videos ever, man.
Yep. Argentinian President Alberto Fernandez described the incident as the most serious event we have gone through since Argentina returned to democracy in 1983.
Wow.
A man pointed a firearm at her head and pulled the trigger, President Fernandez said in a televised address. Christina is still alive because for some reason yet to be confirmed, the gun did not fire. That is what you call the grace of God, sir. The grace of God, all of his mercies. Okay, he was not ready for her yet.
Oh my God. Watch, Jade. We could get this man for an interview.
The shooter?
Yeah. Because you understand, like,
Man.
there's a crowd of people, right? They wouldn't let him zoom in.
No, friend, may think.
I need to talk to this man.
No, they're going to last that day in the pits of whoever jail in Argentina.
But no, they ain't going to jail for you. They just make a dungeon.
But I might have done kill that. I'm going to say he committed suicide.
Because he attempted to assassinate the woman. That's
in
one
front
thing.
of everybody.
But it's in front of everybody. And
camera, she holds everybody.
No, but Jade, the man, the gun literally pressing against the woman cheek. Yeah?
Bye.
God damn.
And nobody realized, only her because she see it. But she and the gunman were the only 2 people that realized for a good 5 seconds until everybody else realized what just happened. There was an angle when a man literally, I think it's like he was processing what happened because he turned and watched. I was like, you serious?
No, that ain't just that wasn't a gun.
It can't be.
Because it happened so. Oh, and it's a crowd. Oh my gosh.
Let me see if I can see the man in this video. Tell the man could not
Oh
believe.
Oh my gosh.
See, I tell you, everybody turn around like, and then you see everybody start to rush now. It's like,
oh my gosh.
You so bold. You are so bold.
But what
sir.
could have motivated this man? That's the question I'm asking.
A lot of things could motivate people to do these
Not
things.
like that. Not like that. Not like that, Jade. There are people who have different political views, right? There are people who might not agree that you were the best person for the job.
But Pana said no. She got to go.
Jade.
She
Because he was willing to end his own life.
Yeah, because what else can happen when you shoot a vice president in the middle of a crowd? Her bodyguards.
Cameras everywhere.
Police. Everything. Everything was there. And the man was like, thank you. She could just have to go. That's crazy.
That is, hey, Jade, and I'm going to tell you something, you know.
That does make me think, like, I'm so afraid of humans, right?
No, but the thing for me is you have to recognize when you put yourself in some of these
positions?
Yeah, in some of these positions, this whole...
Boy.
When you put yourself in some of these public positions, what you open up yourself to, you know?
And this is a story that has happened time and time again. Whether it's politicians, whether it's people that other people deem famous, superstars, artists, whatever it is. People are nuts. People are literally nuts. They would literally obsess over you. You will not know they exist. And that's the scariest part. You do not know they exist, but these people are literally obsessing over you to the point where they plan to murder you. I remember the story of this lady. She was this young, upcoming star.
I need to figure out why, Jade. Are you going to search for this?
Well, you do think. She was in some series on TV, and this man started obsessing over her as him, to the point where he would show up to the studio and all of these things, and they would tell him now he can't see her. And then one time he went to her home and rang her doorbell and tried to interact with her, and she was like, please don't do this again. Don't ever come back to my house. He left, spin the block, come back and killed her. There was also this other video that I watched with this artist called Bjork, and this man was literally creating videos talking to himself about how he gonna murder her. Tried to ship a bomb to her house because she got into a relationship. She ain't know this man exists, eh? She ain't know about this man.
No,
she
you're
ain't know
living
this
your life. You're doing anything.
And
Singing jiggy music.
And people out here planning to kill you just off the strength of craziness.
Hey, y'all be safe out there, boy. Like,
bruh.
Be safe out there, man. Be safe out there. Like, I don't even understand.
You won't understand, Azim, because that's not the way you think. You don't think about murdering people just because you don't have a mental illness that is driving you to do crazy things.
And that's the thing. I just, like I said, I just trying to figure. I just need to know. They're saying they're trying to establish the motive now, but them is the kind of people I need to talk to, you know, Jade. I need to talk to these people.
You need to know why. Eh? You just need to know why.
The mind state, and I think it's important we have these conversations to try
No,
and identify and avoid similar situations. At least know how to prepare for it.
Yeah, we need to know what drives these people to do these senseless acts. What motivates them to wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm gonna just kill these people.
For us to stop assuming that that's what happens.
Or that they just wake up one day and kill
I think we
everybody.
I think we need to stop assuming that that's what happens. And I think if that does happen, it's definitely a minority. It is the exception and not the rule. People have motives, Jade. People have motives. Hey.
Some people do have motives.
This one line, okay?
Man, you want check and see?
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
It's working.
Well, yeah.
At least we know it's working.
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Hello.
Hello. Morning.
Good morning, LNT.
Morning.
Yes, good morning.
How you are, morning? I'm beautiful goddess and king of Zion, Yazim.
Yes, I
am by way, just I don't know what you all is discussing, but I would like to know if it's an open line or I have something for you talking about, please.
Well, generally, we talk about specific things. We don't normally do open line. But something seems to be on your chest.
Yeah, something is on my meditation, not on my chest. I'm in meditation. No, good morning to your listeners, by radio.
Before you continue, I'm going to ask that you be brief simply because we literally at the end of the show.
Yeah, we're going to be brief because it's something very touching that needs to consider as brief as it could. If we're saying that our country is economical based stability when it comes to service providing, right? But how come we still can't create job avenues for people who go out into the social levels and then they return, they don't have the same aspect of what they went to study? So really and truly, my question is, why are we going to spend so much money to go to do these studies? When we do return, we don't see the reap of the benefits for the young ones them. Yazim, you was one in particular who was out of job in the return from your studies of college, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay then, so let us ask these people who feel like there's so much about economics. Are they serious or are they just trying to continue have us the slave and beggars to the society? Because we would like to know if that is the society they're holding up. Well, we'll be on to them. You all have a safe day, yeah?
Appreciate it, Ayo. That was an unexpected twist.
Yeah. But you're more skilled. You're more skilled in this topic than me, because me went nowhere for nothing. So.
No, but I think employment is definitely something when you talk to people from different backgrounds. That's an issue. Whether you went to study or not, employment is underemployment, overemployment, no employment.
Employment for the wrong reasons.
Bye. Employment.
Yeah, that's it. Hopefully with this new administration we could see some changes to these things.
The thing is, I don't even know. Like sometimes we just be like, sometimes I feel like we put some of these pressures on the
government.
On the government. sometimes it's a bit difficult for me to see some of these things. And I'll tell you why. Because I think we fight in some cultures. And I don't think when we start trying to identify solutions that we fight the culture. Similar to what I was saying in thing. You know, like when everybody talking about like marijuana and like how it is such a potential economic earner and stuff like that there. You realize all the time I've been talking about the need for us to decriminalize, legalize marijuana. I've never spoken about that. The reason is, if you can't do it with cabbage and cucumber, what we got here now, it's like some of we understand now one day because we're going with all of a sudden we know to market agricultural produce. Like, oh, so this is the one we're going to make money on. We had to close down a whole industry. We had to close down a whole agricultural industry because it wasn't profitable no more. Other places selling it still. I could still go in the supermarket and buy sugar. So they know how to make money. But somehow now, because we're going weed, all of a sudden we know how to make money off it. What I'm saying is, a lot of times we need to address the cultures that are giving the outcomes that we don't like, and we don't do that.
That was a hell of a drop up by me, like. That was a hell of a drop up.
Every year we come, wastage, boop, all these things, tomato chewing away. We look one time we ain't got no tomato, the next time tomato chewing away down our economy. The farmers them asking you to come take, like, the systems that exist need addressing.
Yeah, that's what we need to address first before we work out how to legalize or export anything.
But what I'm saying is the same thing with, like, when we start talking about these employment. Sometimes we just go, oh well, the government, and of course the government does have its role to play. But I think sometimes it needs collaboration between more of the stakeholders, right? So when we start talking about the need to create employment, for instance, how long it takes before companies employ people with certain skill sets that similar companies all around the world are employing already. So you have big corporate entities that don't have anybody who addresses the emotional well-being of the employees.
Bye-bye.
So, but you have people going off and studying psychology. So it's like you're going to say, so what the government's supposed to do? Come into your business and say you need to hire a psychologist?
No, that's not how it works.
You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times the capacity is there, it's just that
the vision is not.
The vision isn't there.
The vision is not there at all.
And people come back, okay, even me, like I went off, I study show production, right, and touring. So in essence, anything audio-visual and that kind of thing. Jade, how many, everything we do includes media. Everything any company does includes presentation of that media. You have to create that media, etc. We have people here who went to the same school, did video production and them kind of thing. Struggling to find jobs, but all the places deal with media. But people have media degrees can't find work.
So
the government's supposed to do that. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah. The businesses have to recognize their needs and recognize that there are people that are out here who can address these needs. Not feel like I'm going to hire somebody and they're going to figure it out. There are already people that already have figured it out. You just have to hire them and want to pay them what they deserve.
And what happens is you end up putting people, because it's going to get done, you know. It's just not going to get done well.
Nope, and then you're upset because the person ain't out to do it. Well, duh. What do you expect?
You're same thing, putting square peg in round hole.
Don't make no sense. Y'all hustling backwards. Hire the people that you know have the skill sets. Pay them what they deserve to be paid, and your things will be done properly. Now you got to go back to the same person you overlooked in the first place to have them fix a problem that didn't need to be a problem in the first place.
And then they want to pay.
And then they want to pay.
And don't want to pay.
Make it make sense.
That's the problem. That is what, like, I mean, for instance, like, I work more outside of St. Kitts than I work here in St. Kitts. But is it that these other places have more need for my skills than, no, it's just people here just don't have the vision to say, well, hey, This is what we need. And the people will be like, oh, you don't, people, you need to market. I said, but how is it that the people in Anguilla and St. Martin and Tartolo could find me, but the people who live down the road from me can't find me?
All these big concerts and all these big events y'all trying, and y'all still can't hire somebody to get them. That's why y'all the sound like we are underwater. That's why y'all the sound come out. Y'all sound us come out like we underwater.
But I tell you, this happens all the time with people from different disciplines. It happens with people who go off and study psychology. People who go off and study certain forensic things. If you don't have some type of link to somebody to say, well, I studied this here, this is what it is though. You come back, you got to go check somebody who could be government or a business at the time and say, what you study again? So, okay, so where you think they could use that? Where you think they could use that? And then maybe if you're good with somebody, you might get a blow.
Links when the players links when the players.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But the problem is that it becomes very frustrating. And I'm gonna tell you something. And at one point, persons used to call me to go to these job fairs.
What?
And go to these job fairs and go to places to encourage children to get involved in things. I said, I stopped going. I said, I can't lie to the children. What can I tell them?
How do you encourage children to get jobs that you can't get none?
I said, what can I tell them? I said, you want me to tell you what I can come and tell the children? I said, look.
Build your links.
Be careful if you're coming into this thing here. One, and if you go off and study this, don't come back here. That's what you want me to tell children?
No.
Because I'm not going to, what other advice I can give?
And then I wonder why that why when people go away to study, they don't return. Why would they return to be unemployed?
Or underemployed or underpaid.
They have all these loans that they have to pay, and y'all can't help them. So of course they're going to fly out. Of course the doctors, when they finish school, they're not going to return here. Of course the nurses not going to return here. The people like Azim, they're not going to return here because y'all have nothing for them.
Yeah. They have it, Jay. They just refuse. They just refuse to pay people what their worth is and their value. But hey.
So you
go. And it's still hump day.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna get me down. And I got things to do anyway.
Yeah, me too.
But I got a lot of things to do for them.
Me too, I fast sleep. Last night I said I'm gonna stop and do what kind of fast sleep.
Oh boy.
That's the every time I go cuddle up with my child, this is what has happened.
I don't know if mommy listening. Mommy are coming over there, but you know.
I thought I'm gonna cuddle up.
No.
Try to say I was cuddling up with my child. That was just a very strange segue into what you said.
Yeah. No. I'm thinking about what I got to do.
Oh, okay.
The first thing, head over by mom's. But guys, it's been a great day. Thanks to everybody who came to the studio and joined us and had conversation. The Independence Committee, Social Security. All you guys who been commenting on the live, being a part of that whole community, big up yourself. Whether it was on Facebook, YouTube, Win Media SKN, or one of the other digital platforms. Only one call we took to the big up Russ at one time.
We wasn't sure if it was working, but now we know.
Who sparked us off.
Yeah. Sent us right down on a tangent.
Bye.
And tomorrow we have some lovely people from Skelec joining us to talk about load shedding. Oh, I didn't even give you all the schedule for today.
Yeah, let's know the schedule. I'm about to say.
You might go home, think you got things to do next to get electricity. But today, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., it is Timothy Hill to the Southeast Peninsula. Tongue twister there. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Cayon to Lodge. Central Cayon Lodge to Estridge. 12:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. New Road to Bearford's Estate. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
What time is it to Bearford?
12:30 to 3:30, friend.
Oh, okay.
You may not want to be home around that time. Just saying. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Bird Rock West to Frigate Bay. Bird Rock West and Frigate Bay. 6:30 to 9:30 Industrial Sites, Bird Rock East. 7:30 to 10:30 Half Moon and Connery.
Another night? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
My thing is just once they say you're going off, then you go off and you come back when you're supposed to come back. That's my thing.
Yes, right? There are also some helpful load shedding tips.
These tips here was just... Anyway, go ahead.
Keep your devices charged. A portable charger will be a great help. Plug your appliances into a surge protector. Turn off your main switch when there is an outage to protect your appliances. Help us reduce the load by conserving energy, use less. Spend time with loved ones outdoors. Enjoy nature, a good break, a good book, or start a garden. Stay tuned to Skellex Facebook page and website for updates about the outages and restoration. Yeah.
All right, guys, plan accordingly.
Plan accordingly, basically.
Yeah, the schedule.
Even I charge me thing here because me able. Me see me name on my list, but I might fall between some one of these.
You never know.
I mean, I'll find out the hard way.
But guys, we gotta leave. We gotta go. We gotta disembark. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. For those of you online, make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend. ILNT. Every morning. As a matter of fact, just share it anytime.
Anytime.
Anytime. You can share it when you're done or not.
Listen, make sure you head over to Instagram to follow us for
Oh,
some
yeah.
very funny clips.
Yeah, nice content over there as well.
Yeah, man.
For those of you listening on the radio 98.9 FM, y'all well OGs, big up yourself one time. Hopefully the load shedding don't affect the coverage too bad on the radio.
Hopefully not.
But stay locked, stay tuned, keep it locked to Win Media SKN. Jade, it's time. Peace out, right? Please remember, guys, learn from the losses of others.
Please.
Also, spend more time living your content. Small pro tip. And of course, remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys.